Hey guys, how's it going? Ninja Nate here, and today I'm going to be talking about the Brawly movie. Now, keep in mind this video will contain a load of spoilers, that it is basically an entire talk of what happens from start to finish in the Brawly movie. This video is mainly for those of you who aren't able to see the movie, so it's pretty much like it's pretty much an entire walkthrough of what happens in the movie. So without further ado, I just want to say this does contain spoilers because it's a walkthrough of the entire movie. So let's begin. So 41 years ago, in the beginning of the movie, it shows a bunch of ships under the command of King Cold coming to planet Vegeta. We see the Ginyu Force and Zarbon Dodoria as well, so that's pretty cool that we got to see them, because that's a huge throwback to the original beginning of Dragon Ball Z. The ship lands and King Vegeta comes outside with his advisors and guards and kneels before King Cold and Frieza. King Cold basically says that he is giving the Cold Force to Frieza, so it becomes the Frieza Force, and tells King Vegeta that Frieza has a very hot temper, which we obviously all know that basically Frieza would kill someone over, bad breath or just looking at him funny. So Frieza gives the Saiyans 500 Gen 1 scouters as a gift and basically says that, let me know if you need more. But he says that with like a really evilish kind of grin and smirk. So it was kind of bizarre that he said that. After Frieza and his force leaves, King Vegeta goes to the nursery chamber to see his son Vegeta, Prince Vegeta. The scientists there with him, and they're the ones who pretty much monitor all the children while they're in the nurturing pods. And he basically tells him that Brawly's power level is far beyond that of Vegeta's. He even broke one of the scouters, actually, and he's just a baby. So King Vegeta gets super jealous and decides to exile Brawly to a far-off planet. I can't remember the name of it, though, so I apologize. Paragus gets word of this, though. Paragus is the colonel of the Saiyan army at the moment, so he gets word of this and confronts King Vegeta. King Vegeta is basically pissed off at Paragus and threatens to exile him, too. He gets angry and decides to steal a ship and go to the planet to be with Brawly. On the ship, there's this other Saiyan who really has no effect on the story whatsoever, except that basically Paragus is kind of a jerk, and kills him after they crash land on the planet. So when he is on the planet, there are these weird tick-like creatures that suck the blood of these other creatures that are on the planet. And it's really weird. They're really gross looking. King Vegeta finds Brawly in a cave all alone, scared and on basically the defense because he doesn't even recognize his own father. It then cuts to Bardock and his comrade in a small little ship coming back to Planet Vegeta after an order from Frieza was sent out for all Saiyans to return to Planet Vegeta. He sees the entire Frieza Force fleet above Planet Vegeta and basically surrounding Planet Vegeta and thinks something is wrong. He lands and goes and sees his wife Jin. She is at home and he goes and sees her. He asks how Raditz and Kakarot are doing and explains his feelings to her, basically on what he's feeling on why the Frieza Force is there. Frieza, supposedly, his feeling is that Frieza supposedly wants to destroy the planet because he wants to destroy any chance of there being a legendary Super Saiyan, which at the time was just a fairy tale, pretty much, which everyone currently thought at the time was just a legend. So sure enough, Bardock was right. So him and Jin steal a pod and send Kakarot off to Earth. That it shows Frieza leaving his ship, just kind of like opening a door and floating above it in his little, floating chair or whatever, and doing a giant death ball. Bardock is the only one that tries to stop it using his Saiyan Spirit attack, but it has no effect whatsoever, and Bardock is evaporated and the entire planet is destroyed. It was pretty sad. Now, hilariously, we then see a younger version of Nappa. Yes, I said Nappa. He has black hair and a black handlebar mustache. It is like one of the most funniest things in the movie because we all remember basically him just bald with bald. So he got a report that the planet was destroyed. And he tells Kid Vegeta and Kid Raditz about this because they're on the same planet on a mission together. And Vegeta and Raditz just pretty much shrug it off and say, I don't really care. I don't care what happened to my father. I don't care what happened to my brothers. I don't care. After that, it shows Goku in his pod traveling to Earth, and the Chala Head Chala song plays as the movie theme. And then fast forward 41 years later to the present, about I'd say 2 to 4 hours after the Tournament of Power is when this takes place. At this very second, Goku and Vegeta are sparring over the ocean in their base forms for training, which is nearby, basically the new house that Bulma had built because she wanted a place to where they could train without destroying a city. Whis is eating food as usual. Bulma and Bulla are sunbathing, and Beerus is trying to take a nap but can't because of the loudness of Goku and Vegeta's fighting, so he basically tells him to like quiet down or he's going to destroy him, which is pretty funny because you all know Beerus and his rage. He has a hilarious side to him. Whis asks Goku and Vegeta both why they want to get stronger, and they basically say because of the Tournament of Power and how strong beings like Jiren, Kefla, Ribrianne, and Hit are, and that they want to be more powerful than them and want to be able to just basically be able to take those guys on in base form. Not even have to go Super Saiyan to take on someone as strong as Jiren or Hit. That's basically how strong they want to get. So Bulma gets a call from Trunks on her watch saying that the 6 Dragon Balls and the Dragon Ball Scouter were stolen. They look at the security footage and notice it is 2 low-class Frieza Force members who stole them. And the reason why is because they didn't know about it is because Goku and Vegeta weren't able to sense their power levels. Not even Piccolo or Gohan were able to sense their power levels, because of their power being so exponentially low that it was just not able to be sensed at all. Like, that's how low power they were. They literally had to go in with ropes and stealth. Like, they were that low of power level. Now, Bulma knows where the 7th one is, which is in Antarctica. Beerus stays behind because he doesn't want to go anywhere. He says basically there's nothing there for him. And so he watches over Bulla as Whis, Goku, Vegeta, and Bulma fly to Antarctica to retrieve the 7th Dragon Ball. It cuts to the 2 new characters afterwards, Chile and Lemon, which is basically, chili and lemon, on a small Frieza Force scouting ship. They receive this old ship emergency SOS signal, and they go towards the planet, and they find Paragus and Brawly on that planet. So they take them back to Frieza. Frieza is ecstatic and super excited and happy and rewards Chile and Limon greatly. He secretly wants to use Brawly, however, to kill Vegeta and weaken Goku so Frieza himself can kill Goku out of revenge. Brawly, however, over a course of time, befriends Chile and Limon. Then it shows the Frieza Force members find the 2 little weak Frieza Force members find the 7th Dragon Ball first, though, and try to escape on their ship with all 7 Dragon Balls, but Vegeta shoots them down with a single ki blast, which was actually pretty funny. The command ship lands, and Frieza, Paragus, and Brawly walk out of the ship. Brawly's power, his power was so exponential that it was so crazy that just him walking off the ship, the energy alone, when it was going towards Goku and Vegeta, and they literally had to block it with their arms. That's how powerful his energy was just from him walking off the ship and looking at the 2 of them. They talk for a bit, and Brawly's raging, like just getting angry at the very second. Over seconds, he's getting super angry. And Paragus tells him to attack. Brawly and Vegeta fight for a bit, and it appears that Vegeta has the upper hand in base form and Super Saiyan form as well. But then Brawly, as you know, the Saiyan thing, to where the Saiyan ability, to where the closer you are to death or the more you fight, the more your power level increases. So the more they fight, Brawly takes the upper hand, and Vegeta has to go Super Saiyan God. Now he has the upper hand. Vegeta has the upper hand at the very second in Super Saiyan God form, literally beating Brawly with ki blasts and an atomic Gallic gun or atomic final flash. I forget what it's called. And pretty much we think Brawly's been beaten right off the bat. So does Frieza, and so does Paragus. They both think that basically Brawly's been defeated, but Brawly enrages even more and comes back and literally beats and overpowers God Vegeta big time. Goku interferes and begins to fight Brawly. They seem pretty evenly matched. Goku goes through Super Saiyan, then he finally goes Super Saiyan God, but Brawly rages even more, and so Goku freezes him in time with some key attack that was similar to what Hit used on Jiren in the Tournament of Power. So if you want to see what that looks like, you can go into one of the trailers. You see it. It's like this red circular aura surrounds Brawly, and he's basically frozen. But then Brawly, somehow he reverses that attack onto Goku, and Goku's frozen. So Brawly gets even more pissed off, and I mean, Goku tells Brawly, though, while he's frozen, that basically Brawly doesn't seem like a bad guy. He can tell he's not a bad guy, and he's being used, and that they like to live peacefully on Earth, and that basically he's inviting Brawly to live peacefully with them on Earth. But Brawly gets even more enraged and starts to overpower God Goku completely, to the point where Goku is like, no joke, 2% away from the brink of death. Like, that's how close he is to the brink of death. He was lying on his back, bug-eyed, dead, staring up in the sky. It was just horrific overall. Piccolo senses this and tells Goku to basically get up and shake it off through telepathy. They're basically talking to each other from continents away. Goku gets up and goes Super Saiyan Blue. He has the upper hand on Brawly, but then they become pretty evenly matched. I mean, they're fighting in lava, they're fighting in the sky, they're fighting on ice through mountains and stuff. I mean, they're pretty evenly matched even in Super Saiyan Blue. Frieza then gets like, I mean, Frieza, as we all know, Frieza is like a strategist, and some of his battle plans are genius, but at the same time, he's a total jerk. And so Frieza then shoots Paragus with a death beam and tells Brawly that he was killed by a stray ki blast. This angers Brawly big time, like massively big time, and turns him into the legendary Super Saiyan. This overpowers Super Saiyan Blue Goku by miles, and Vegeta has to join the fight in Super Saiyan Blue also. So they're tag teaming Brawly, and they do a Gallic Gun Kamehameha, which was something we'd never seen before, because usually it's either Big Bang Kamehameha or Final Flash Kamehameha. So this was the first time we got to see a Gallic Gun Kamehameha, if memory serves me right, against Brawly, but sadly it has no effect whatsoever. And if you want to see what that looked like, it is in one of the trailers of the movie, so go feel free to check it out on one of the trailers. Realizing that they are losing horribly, they fly away from Brawly and instant transmission away to Piccolo, leaving Frieza alone to fight Brawly. Goku and Piccolo teach Vegeta the fusion dance, since they know there is no other way to beat Brawly, and Vegeta is pretty hesitant and doesn't really want to. He's pretty stubborn on it and doesn't want to. He literally said he'd rather die by the hands of Brawly than do the fusion dance. So, meanwhile, Frieza is backed up against a rock wall in golden form and his base form, and then he goes golden and is still backed up against this wall, and is getting his butt kicked so hard by Brawly for 1 hour straight. Goku and Vegeta do the fusion dance and fail twice, first turning into Fat Veku and then Skinny Veku, and finally they get it right and turn into my main man, Gogeta. Gogeta then instant transmissions away to Frieza and tells him that he will deal with Frieza later. Gogeta instant transmissions to Whis immediately afterwards, who is dodging Brawly's attacks like they're nothing. I mean, we all know how powerful Whis is, and he's dodging Brawly's attacks like Brawly's like a low-class warrior. It's really funny. And Whis is having a fun time, actually. He's having a blast just dodging all of his attacks. It's really funny. Gogeta then tells Whis he will take it from here. He begins to fight Brawly, and they are pretty evenly matched in Gogeta's base form. Gogeta goes Super Saiyan, and he has the upper hand by about, I'd say, 15%, in my opinion. But Brawly powers up even more to where he has passed Super Saiyan Gogeta in power. They collide with a punch and are sent into some alternate dimension which was really interesting. I don't know why that happened, but I think it's because the power was so high that the force of the impact of those two punches just caused a interdimensional travel to some other dimension. Gogeta finally goes Super Saiyan Blue, the moment we were all waiting for. He finally goes Super Saiyan Blue and kicks the living Shiza out of Brawly. They leave the dimension. I forget how, but they leave the dimension and Brawly does a mouth blast all over the place towards Gogeta, but Gogeta jumps over it, doing a backflip to get behind Brawly. He launches a bunch of ki blasts, blue ki blasts at Brawly, and then does the Soul Punisher, which, oh my god, this is the most amazing attack I've ever seen Gogeta do in my life. Does the Soul Punisher on Brawly, causing a massive, massive explosion. Brawly is super badly damaged, and Gogeta continues to attack him with basic punches that have like aura around him, so kind of like super God Fists a little bit. And Gogeta continues to power up even more, to the point to where at one time it actually seemed he almost went Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, and that was actually really cool. And it was interesting what the aura color they gave him in the movie Super Saiyan Blue. They gave him almost the Ultra Instinct aura. It was pretty interesting to see that. That was the Ultra Instinct aura. Brawly is sent flying and gets the air completely knocked out of him. So he's standing there trying to regain his breath. But meanwhile, Gogeta charges up a massive Kamehameha. Not a Big Bang Kamehameha. That's Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's signature move from GT. And not a basic small Kamehameha. I mean, this is a massive, like, almost god quality super Kamehameha. I like to call it actually galactic Kamehameha because of how massive it was. But before it hit Brawly, Chile summons Shenron with the Dragon Balls and wishes Brawly back to the planet where they found him, which, you know, was pretty cool. And then when Brawly gets back to the planet, he's in his base form screaming because he was inches away, and I'm not kidding you, inches away, probably 6 inches away of getting hit by that Kamehameha from Gogeta, which would have literally turned him into dust. Like, that's how powerful this Kamehameha was. Chile and Lehman leave Earth, and Frieza is about to shoot them down, but Gogeta stops him beforehand. Frieza leaves and says he will be back in the future for revenge. And a little bit later on, he states that he will try to befriend Brawly again to use him to do the same thing against Goku and Vegeta to try and kill Goku and Vegeta. But the way it kind of turned out, it didn't seem to me like that would ever happen. I feel like personally that if Brawly was to ever see Frieza again, Brawly would literally kick the living Shiza out of Frieza. Like, literally, no joke. Brawly would go rage form again, legendary Super Saiyan again, and just beat the living hell out of Frieza, to the point to where Frieza's like, all right, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm out. So Goku appears. Well, actually, next Brawly is shown in a cave with Chile and Lehman eating the juice of, it was like a claw or a leg or something like that, and it was supposedly super sour and tart and really gross. But Goku appears and brings them a bunch of food, supplies, and a house using the capsule pods. He brings them 2 sensu beans as well and explains to them basically they're not useful. They won't heal you when you're sick. So if you have like the cold or the flu, it's not going to get rid of the flu or the cold. But if you're low on stamina and you're badly injured from a battle, it'll heal all those wounds and restore your stamina back to 100% like right off the bat. So he gives them 2 of them, because we all know there's a load amount of sensu beans out there in the world, but yet they're always given like 4 or 5 for whatever reason. Chile asks basically what they should call him, what they should call Goku, as they're really thankful for what he brought them. And before he tells them he tells them that basically he's he wants to actually come back and train with Brawly sometime and teach him things, because he knows that Brawly's good at heart, and Goku, we all know he loves to fight. So we may see in the upcoming Dragon Ball Super series, we may see Brawly and Vegeta and Goku train with each other and fight each other on some planet or on Earth or something. Or maybe we'll even see Brawly come to Earth and meet Beerus and Whis. So, and Goku even states that Brawly may be as powerful, if not more powerful, than Beerus himself, which I think he's probably just a little bit equal on the power level of Beerus. So, Chile asks what they should call him, because they don't know Goku's name. And so he turns around with the fingers on his head, the two fingers on his head when he does the instant transmission, and says, "My name is Goku, but you can call me Kakarot." And then he instant transmissions away back to Earth, and the credits start. Credits start running, and that's the end of the movie. So let me know what you all thought of the movie. If you already saw it, let me know what you thought about it. I thought it was a solid 10 out of 10. If this is your first time hearing about it, I mean, the animation was incredible, and I highly suggest seeing it in theaters if you can. If not, I highly suggest purchasing it. I know I'm going to purchase it when it comes out on DVD, or digital download, I should say. Blu-ray or digital download. And if you're not able to see it, let me know what you think about it, because this video is technically made for those who haven't seen it yet. So everyone, make sure to key blast that like button and soul punish that subscribe button. Oh yeah, and make sure to share my channel with your friends as well for all kinds of Dragon Ball content. And I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.